Right guys, we're here in Andalucia on the Ducati V4s Streetfighter launch. You can see all these actual professional journalists. Look at Remy's suit, how cool is that? And then there's me. This is it, first run out. Let's see what this thing has to offer. I'm super excited about this. Oh, I can never get the side stand up. Okay. It's been upgraded since the last model, which I have not rode. I cannot compare anything to. So I'm not going to pretend to do that job. The bike is lighter, it's got more horsepower, it's got a different swing arm, it's got different wings. But I'm going to talk about all of that on a little voiceover after some cinematic footage that we get off the guys at Ducati. But I know this track quite well, so we're going to go for a hoon round and talk you guys through it. Back down into second gear. Oh, this thing tips in pretty good. I'm obviously not used to riding in this position of being a street fighter and quite high handlebars, so that part's a little bit different, but the bike feels really responsive straight away. I don't know if you guys can hear the engine noise good on this microphone or not, but it sounds beautiful on the ear, shall we say. Oh, there's I can see the wheelie control flashing straight away. If you guys can see the dash on the screen there. So the bike is currently in sport mode, which is, it's got quite a few rider aids. I'm going to just talk you through them once I hit this apex. Yeah, so if you can look at the dash now, it's got traction controls on 2, slide controls on 2, wheelie controls on 3, engine brakes on 1, and oh, sorry. ABS is on 3, so that means that the bike does not wheelie. I'm on full throttle. You can see the throttle percentage there in the bottom corner. Holy smokes, this thing hoons. And you can hear that with the wind noise. Braking down into here. I'm having fun. How does people class this as being a job? Oh, see that there? So I give it full handle of throttle and it would not let me lift the front wheel. Tips in, follow the track. Yeah, feels good this. Oh my goodness, this thing's an absolute weapon. Don't know if that's a technical term or it benefits any using wanting to buy one, but when I'm sat down and not enjoying myself this much, I'm going to give you actually some information. Okay? Weapon.
So after the first session, the bike was in sport mode, is that correct? This is Julio.
Ciao everybody.
So he's going to help me with some technical changes. So first thing we're going to try is change the bike now into race mode. So the difference between sport and race mode is the throttle percentage, torque percentage. What you want to explain? Or?
Yeah, from the sport mode to the race mode, we change both the engine and the suspension, but to make the step one step every step, instead of too many steps together, we go only with the engine mode. So we will move from the medium to high. Then we also have the full engine mode. Okay. The difference is not in peak of power, it's in the torque delivery in the first gears.
So first, second, third.
Yeah, right. Okay. So you will find the same connection of the gas when you pick up the gas from zero. So smooth and easy. But it's like you have like a shorter gas.
Yes.
So you accelerate.
Less of elastic band and a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus we give to the engine more torque.
Yes. Okay.
So we'll find exiting the corner bike that is faster exiting the corner.
But the engine brake delivery, everything is the same or different?
You can change. You can change. I would recommend to stay in the same engine brake here because the track. Because the track is for us the best is to have the highest level of engine brake here. But then if you want, you can also change the engine brake.
So for the next session, we will just change the power delivery, torque delivery, and the
with the same suspension.
Yeah, same. So then we can make the suspension work more. For the next session, then we will make the bike stiffer.
Right. So for the next step, we stay in sport, same suspension, just change the engine mode. And on the next run, we move to sport to race. So we have stiffer suspension, same engine, and then if you want to, again, we can go also in full engine mode. And then when you are riding, you can play with the controls. You can reduce if you want without stopping. That is pretty cool stuff.
But once we get it within a window, I think then we can adjust. Perfect. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Ciao. Thank you. Hope you guys understood that, but we're going to take a step with the power before the suspension, because I want to make the suspension work a little bit more than what it is now, rather than hiding that with the power mode. So we're going to try that for the next session and see how that feels.
The guy we've just been talking to has, sorry I forgot his name again, which is very rude of me. He has just kindly put 2 different options in the bike. So we've got race mode and sport mode, and I wanted to try the suspension difference but with the same power. So he's going to show us right now what we can do. I can change the mode by just pressing this button here. It's now in sport, the same mode. Yeah.
Now we have to do twice
race.
because when you are stand still, you can do the setup.
Right, but
riding, you brace.
Yeah, and I have to press a button to confirm, or it just stays that one.
Yeah.
Ah. So the bike is the same as it was before, only with more power now.
More power.
Yeah.
With more
Perfect.
damping.
Thank you. Oh, you can put the stand up?
Yes, I can.
Oh. Hey. Guy's letting us go first. Right. Let's see what this puppy has to offer. Yeah. Woohoo! Yep. I can confirm there is now more power. Right, so yeah, we've left the suspension exactly how it was, as in the pre-setting. Obviously it's electronic and changes as you ride with your mannerisms, but the pre-setting that was in there is exactly the same. So I wanted to see what adding the torque did to that feeling, which straight away now I can obviously feel the transfer more on the bike because I'm cracking the throttle and it's giving more squat into the shock, therefore creating more pitch forward. But oh my god, this thing was a wheelie in there before. Have to adapt the old braking markers for this one because getting places a little bit faster. I reckon he's still in medium power mode. This thing absolutely, excuse me for swearing, but burns. Oh my god. Rider friendly with it. Don't get me wrong, I'm hung onto the handlebars like a monkey out of a branch. But that's only because I'm on full throttle. You can see the throttle percentage in the corner of the screen. Oh. Where is this dude going? Excuse me there, Mr. Journo. But we're on full power mode. Oh no, we're not even on full power mode yet! Yeah! Tell you what else is amazing on this thing, or it feels really clean, is the gearbox. The flipper system and the back shift. So pleasant. Like running into there, over that crest. I know there's going to be a lot of you guys thinking, I'm never ever going to be using this bike for what I'm doing right now. But, how cool would it be to go to a track day and absolutely smoke some dude there on his Fireblade, because that is exactly what you would do. Larry! This is so much fun. Right, I'm going to now try and figure out how. So we pressed the mode button, then he went up to race. So, yeah. I think if I'm correct now, that has stiffened the suspension up. Make the thing a little bit more responsive, less willowy. Oh, created some wheelie there straight away. Yeah, you can feel it on that crest straight away. Like, so much. Oh, wheelie. Let's see what it's like on hard braking over this. Yeah, loads more support on the braking there. That's a decent step. Guy again. Oh, toe down. Toe down. Oh my god. He's got his elbow down. I think he was going for the old photograph. I'm not gonna lie. I'm dying to do a wheelie on this thing. Like, really dying. So, that's the end of the session. I'm gonna go in and, when I'm not stupidly excited, talk over the bits. What I feel that what them settings did to the feel of the bike. Let's get in, get our helmet off, and chat some crap. Look, I feel like I'm landing a preen. Cheers.
Right, so that session's done. And like I said, just to clarify, we turned the power up on the first one without making the suspension any harder, and that was good. Obviously you could feel a bit more pitch and stuff on the suspension. And then when we made the suspension stiffer by going into race mode, and honestly that I don't think the feeling was better, because it created more feeling through the handlebars and made the bike a little bit more nervous. Yeah, it was just a little bit more sensitive. So honestly, anyone that buys this bike is probably not going to be right. I'm not saying I'm riding it really fast, but you're still going quite fast and pushing things. So I'd say in the sport mode would be the ultimate mode that most people would want to do a track day in. The other thing that's really surprised me is the ABS on the bike. I've only ever used the ABS on the R1, and it's like not a nice feeling, really juddery, and yeah, it doesn't feel confident. But this is unbelievable, the commitment into the corner you can have, and you don't feel that horrible feeling through the lever, which is really good. And then also the rear brake assistance. I've stood on the rear brake a few times to see if it confuses it, and it locks up, backs in, and then recopes straight away again. So it's super impressive electronics on this bike. I think that's what they're sort of trying to go for. It's like the ultimate hooligan machine, but yeah, if you want, by pressing a few buttons, it turns it into a little friendly pussycat. So yeah, really clever as to how they've done this. And the bike is really precise, turns in quick, feels good. I don't know 100% if that's because it's got bigger handlebars and I've got more leverage to do that, but tank feels nice, small, compact. The only thing that, and this is just me personally, is because I'm used to a grippy seat all the time. I would like a grippier seat to stop sliding back because the bike is so fast. And again, that's probably just coming from a race background, but yeah, I can't really fault it. The feeling is good, the precision is good on it, the power is amazing. We haven't even turned the thing on full power mode yet, so we're going to do that now. It's dinner time now. We've got some more stuff to do in the garage, and after dinner we're going to turn this puppy on full power mode and see what that does. and then we can pull some great big wheelies, hopefully. Right, guys, we have got the facts. I'm going to call you the fat man.
Not the fat man.
No, don't say that. I get abuse about saying fat jokes to Neil on this channel. I'm going to say the fact man, Lamb Chop Rides, is ultimate YouTube channel with, but it's basically the polar opposite to mine, because if you need to learn something actually technical or knowledgeable, then yours is the channel to go look
you
at.
reckon? I don't know about that, mate. I can't say I agree to that comment. But,
yeah, but you've been helping me today.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. It's been a good day though, isn't it? Eh?
What do you think?
What a bike. I mean, I'm nowhere near at the riding level, not alone you, but even a lot of the other people here, do you know what I mean? So I'm a novice, intermediate novice, I'd say. Yeah. But even someone at my skill level, a 215 horsepower bike, it's amazing that you can ride that and it looks after you and it feels friendly. I mean,
that's the thing that's
friendly.
It's blown my mind a little bit of how different they can make the bike with the electronics and the suspension settings.
And it's incredible. I mean, all of that, we were just talking off camera, all of the know-how for MotoGP, and this DVO system, which Ducati Vehicle Observer stands for.
Look, see guys, told you wouldn't let me down.
The guy's just been talking to the techie guys, been talking through how it all works, and it's like, even to get your head around the principle of how it works is amazing. But it's taken directly from MotoGP, and they actually have sort of meetings with the MotoGP Corsa guys and think, what are we going to put on the street bikes from MotoGP? Yeah,
it's impressive.
What other manufacturers are doing that? None.
Yeah, I think it's blown my mind a little bit with the knowledge. Well, all I could say is they've wasted on MotoGP riders for years, and now they've got you here. Do you know what I mean? This is what the knowledge. But I think the biggest thing is, I know we all want the bike to be safe, but it genuinely feels like riding two completely different motorbikes.
Yeah. Well, I've been sticking at medium at the moment because I haven't ridden it before, and the track's quite challenging, isn't it? So I've really been finding my way around, and the bike's really been looking after me. So on this session, I'm going to go to the high engine, and I think that just changes the throttle response. No, the power's the same, but just the throttle response is more aggressive. So for what you've been saying, it turns it from one thing to another. So the next session's going to be interesting.
Cool. Good luck, mate.
Cheers.
Are you okay with the engine?
Yeah, that's the same, eh?
I put in the medium because the other one was...
Doesn't matter, it's okay. Okay?
If you want to change the wheelie, you can play here.
Thank you.
Going for a little run round now with my mate Remy. We are in full power mode in race mode, so that's all 214 horsepower in my hand with very little traction control and anti-wheelie turned off, and honestly it's a little bit too much. So I'm going to say most people probably won't choose to go in this mode, but it was really nice to experience it on the track and feel how that power felt. About to start my last session, and I'm going to ask the technical guy to put the bike back to full-on road soft mode, so that is lower power, softer suspension, so like the most comfortable option, which is what most of you guys are probably going to be using. So I've gone from now full power mode straight back to the lower mode. Well, there is a wet mode, but no one's going to really be using that. So we're going to go from full power mode back to the full comfort mode, which I'm calling the road mode, and then we're going to see what that feels like now on the last session.
I would like to go to the road mode now, so the most friendly, soft.
Okay,
so
because there is the wheelie session if you want.
When now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exiting from the corner. Which is your number?
5. Yeah. So
you can go this.
So what, we go to a wheelie first and then you can put it onto...
I suggested this.
You can put it onto soft mode but let it wheelie?
No, I can, I show you.
Oh.
So, you can wheelie.
Yeah.
You can have, this is the race mode with wheelie off, so you can wheelie if you want.
Yeah.
You can, one...
Mode button, down.
Go to road.
Yeah, okay.
So you can start with road if you want.
And I can do this all when I'm riding?
Just hold this.
Yeah.
Hold. Touch, and then up.
Yeah.
You see the one that you like.
Yeah.
And then hold on this one to confirm.
Perfect, thank you.
Pleasure.
Load. Race. That's us, guys.
Pay attention there.
last session I put the bike back into road mode. This is down on the lower end of power, softer feeling off the throttle, softer suspension feeling, and all honesty, this is the most comfortable and friendly the bike will feel. So if you're going to ride the bike on the road, which it perceives the road mode setting, and it's more than capable, like you can see right now, to also ride on the track. So this is an example of the parameters that this bike displays. It's unbelievable comfort speed when you want it, but the power is always there. Right guys, this is us day done, and what a day we have had on this beautiful Streetfighter V4s. I'm beyond impressed with this bike. Firstly, when the guy was talking about the briefing this morning, one of the few things he mentioned quite often was the fact that it is basically a Panigale, and honestly I thought, how can it be? It looks completely different, but with the same swing arm, same engine, same front part of the chassis. The bike is unbelievable as a sports bike, and I know that's not what they're predominantly aiming to be, but the way that I have rode this bike today is like that. So the feeling, the speed, the power, all them things are really, well, yeah, incredible to be honest. So some of the big changes from last year's model, just going to get the shadow, some of the big changes from last year's model, obviously the first thing is the winglets, the most visible thing. They are bigger and at a slightly different angle. The handlebars are 10mm further back. The rear sets are 10mm further in. So for someone like me, that is a lot more of a snug fit. You can see all this is trimmed back in, and the tank feels really comfortable to ride. The rear swing arm is completely different, obviously, because the previous model had a single side swing arm. So it's 4 kilograms lighter in this whole rear end from the linkage back. So that's the swing arm, the wheel, all that system. The other thing that is different from the previous model is the actual linkage, which is the part that holds the shock onto the swing arm. That is different, and I think it's different in the sense of the rise and rate. So you can run a slightly softer spring, and then the ramp rate is more supportive. One of the big things that people will probably notice is there is no rear seat, and that's an added extra because they realized that 90% of the people that were buying this bike or this style of bike were then taking the seat off or not using it. So that is one of the added extras, along with the carbon wheels and various other things. But honestly, if I was going to take this bike to do what we've done with it today, the only thing I would probably change would be some rear sets, and that is literally just for ground clearance. The fact that it can be a complete beast with ultimate power mode, ultimate torque, wheelie off, like, it will really frighten most motorbike riders. And then in the same thing, in the click of a few buttons, like you guys witnessed on the mode buttons, put the bike back into road mode, tame power, tame torque, loads of anti-wheelie, traction control on, and I think you could put some, well, you could put a basket on it and take it to the shops. This bike is so impressive. So big thanks to Ducati, the guys at Superbike magazine, for letting me come and do this. I've really enjoyed my day, and better again, I'm going to get to ride its little brother, the V2, tomorrow. So if you guys enjoyed this video, we can come out and try and do some more of these things. I've really enjoyed it. So, and I know there's going to be people wanting more tech stuff, but if you do, please go and check out my good friend on Lamb Chop Rides, his channel. He's so technical, and maybe you'll learn something else there that you haven't seen here. But thanks again for watching.